Welcome back to Math with me, Marisol Lopez, your second grade math virtual content specialist. Think of me as your teacher's helper. In this video, we will begin learning about splitting shapes into equal parts. Another word for this is fractions. Are you ready to get started? You're getting ready for third grade. All right, let's begin. Today, we will be answering the following question. How can you divide shapes into equal shares of halves, thirds, and fourths? There may be some words in this question that you are not familiar with, such as halves, thirds, and fourths. And we will learn more about these words in this video. Promise. First, let's talk about halves. So you may not have noticed this, but anytime you break a sandwich apart equally to share with a friend or family member, you split your sandwich into half without even knowing it. So half a sandwich plus another half a sandwich equals one whole sandwich when you put both halves back together. Halves usually means to split something into two equal parts. Now let's talk about thirds. Thirds is exactly what it sounds like, 3. These shapes you see here are all cut into thirds, or 3 equal parts. Can you guess how many parts are there when we are talking about fourths? You got it, 4. Take a look at this circle. It is split into 4 equal parts. And this square is split into 4 smaller but still equal squares. Let's practice with an example from today's lesson. Read it with me. Use the 2 largest triangles in the tangram virtual manipulative to make a square. For this problem, we can practice with the virtual tangram manipulatives we learned about in the previous video. Let's go there. Well, if we use the 2 largest triangles, those are the yellow ones. So let me just drag those out here. How can we make a square with 2 triangles? If I put them next to each other, nope. So remember, you click on the corner and you drag to rotate. I think if I position the triangles like this, I can make a square. Voila, we made a square. And it has 2 equal parts, split in half. Let's look at another example from today's lesson. Read it with me. Examine the parallelogram. So the parallelogram is the quadrilateral you see here, the 4 sides on the outside. How many shares does the shape have? How many fourths are in the shape? How many equal shares does the shape have? Well, let's see. It has 1 triangle here, another triangle here, another one here, and another one here. So it must have 4 equal shares because they're all the same size. And question B, how many fourths are in the shape? 4. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 fourths in this shape. All right, it's time for one final example from today's lesson. Read the instructions with me. Use the Scribble tool to circle the shapes that show halves. Now remember, halves is 2 equal parts. Let's go to the top and select the Scribble tool by going to the line icon on the menu and clicking on Scribble. So let's look at the first shape, the circle. It has a line straight down the middle. Is that showing halves? I would say yes. I think that is halves. It looks like it's split into 2 equal parts. So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to circle that one. The next shape is a parallelogram. It has a line going diagonally across. It splits the parallelogram into 2 equal parts. So yes, I think this shape is also showing halves. So I'm going to circle that one. Now, what about the trapezoid? What do we think? It has a line going straight across, but is it showing halves? I know when you look at it quickly, you probably said yes. But I'm going to say no to this one because this piece up top looks smaller than the piece on the bottom. And the last shape is the hexagon. It has a line going across and it has two equal smaller trapezoids. So I'm going to say yes to the hexagon. We can circle that one as well. You learned a lot about halves, thirds, and fourths. Excellent work today, mathematician. Until next time, bye bye.